Hi, welcome back to my channel. So this green cabinet, I pulled it out of my bedroom and took pictures of it and got ready to list it for local pickup. And I just kind of got used to it being there, and I kind of like it again. And I've hated this cabinet for years. It has a complicated history. So this isn't necessarily a decluttering video, but it is a video about money, figuring things out, making changes. And as much as I would like to sell this and get some cash, it's really nice to put stuff in it and close the doors. I don't know if you remember, but I had a bookshelf out here, and it always looked sloppy no matter how many times I decluttered. And I wasn't even like pulling things off the shelf every day. So I'm not quite sure why it always looks such a wreck. Anyway, I'm going to keep it for now. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it hides a lot. There's a lot of puzzles in there, some hobbies and art projects, some books, some DVDs, and then some junk. So I have been doing a no-buy 2025 and trying to sell things, saving my money, being really proactive. A lot of people are struggling right now, and I keep seeing videos and articles about women my age who are really in a tough spot and don't know if they can retire and are working 2 or more jobs. And it just breaks my heart. So I'm going to be talking about my experience with debt, getting out of debt, and living. I know I Will Teach You to Be Rich guy. I can't remember his name. Sorry. Talks about living your rich life. And I really feel I am. And I'm sure if you're watching your video, you're like, girl, you're not living a rich life. But that's the neat thing about his book is everybody's rich life looks different. And my rich life is not working 2 jobs. It's driving an older car, but going on vacations. It's being debt-free. Shopping at thrift stores, but going out to eat whenever I want. That's my rich life. And when I see these stories about women who are really struggling, I really want them to read the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, or Your Money or Your Life. That is also an excellent book. And they talk about pretty much the same things. There's so many ways to go about it. Whatever book or technique lights a fire in you, just do it. And those are things I want to talk about. No matter where you are, you can start. You can start over, you can start. I have been in debt and got out of debt twice in my life. Both times I got into debt, I was married. And that is the common denominator of debt in my life. I've always been a bit of a saver, but when I got married, I certainly learned how to spend. And I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It didn't make me happy though. And I learned that when we built a house and I filled it with things, and I was so very depressed. Fast forward to that was my second time getting into debt, and the marriage ended, and we had to split that debt. And we split the debt in half, even though I made 1/3 of what my ex-husband made. But I did it. I took on the debt, and eventually I paid it all off. And I don't think I'm ever going to get in debt again. I think maybe both of the books that I talked about address the fact that choosing your partner is is huge of what's going to happen with your wealth. And I agree a lot. Love is awesome, love is great, but in the end, the stress that money can put you through can really take a toll on your marriage. But there you go. I am debt free. And it took a little bit. It took a little bit of changing my mind on some things. And just getting clear about what I wanted. And being real honest with myself that things don't make me happy. And I wouldn't say all things. There are definitely some objects that I see that I'm like, oh, I gotta have that. And then I get it, and I realize I didn't need it. Like I said, I don't live paycheck to paycheck anymore. I'm not in debt. The only debt I have is the mortgage on my home. And I am both lucky and I've worked really hard for it. I made some decisions that were not fun or comfortable. I had the help of my daughter. I was able to live with her for, I think it was 3.5, 4 years while I got back up my feet again. I got all my debt paid off, saved enough money for a down payment. So I definitely hope that if you are struggling, you'll take the time to read or listen to the audiobook of I Will Teach You to Be Rich or Your Money or Your Life, which I'm not sure is on audiobook, but I do have a copy and I read it just to get more inspiration when I think I'm slipping. And really, really, really examine your life and your choices. Your home or your apartment is usually a big chunk of your expenses. And really rethink, like, can you have a roommate? Can you move in with someone? Can you share those expenses with someone? Even though that I'm kind of set up right now, I'm kind of aging. and I'm thinking about what's next. Will I move in with a friend? Will I move in with my children? Like, what's next? But you want to be in a good position. So I hope that you'll take a look at your finances and start now. You can talk forever about all the mistakes you made, but today, make different choices. And I hope that we'll keep talking about that. Anyway, keep decluttering. Have a good day. And I'll see you next time.